We're going to go ahead and begin here now. Today's topic is on distance learning. It is really a buzz right now. There is a lot of uncertainty in the educational sector on exactly how they're going to do this thing moving forward. That thing being, how are they going to teach students? Is it in class? Is it in person, that is, or is it going to be remote? Is it going to be a hybrid where some students will be in on the even days and other students in on the odd days, or even weeks and odd weeks? There's a lot of questions right now, and there's a lot of uncertainty. But we at Key Digital were positioned in a very good place at this current moment to offer solutions that are very effective for distance learning. We immediately got to work to put together a hybrid classroom AV technology package that has been adapted in many school systems. And you're going to see a few of these flavors on this slide and on the next few slides. You're going to see that these systems are made of not brand new technologies. These are existing technologies. These are the foundations which we've already had at Key Digital. And that's what really makes this effective. These are products that maybe you've seen us discuss already in other Key Digital webinars presented by Wave Electronics under different context. Here, we see a step-in option for hybrid classroom AV technology. I like to refer to things as step in and step up. With Key Digital, that's what we offer across our entire product line. The ability to do a system in one way at a lower price point and perhaps more boxes, or in another way at perhaps a higher price point with less boxes and more connectivity at those in that reduced count of boxes. And so what does it mean to have a hybrid classroom, first of all? Well, a hybrid classroom is one where the teacher needs to present locally, but also needs to deliver the content over internet, video conferencing software, etc. And you may be needing to present locally because there are perhaps students, some percentage of students, mayhaps, or perhaps no students in those seats. But this is a system that will deliver to the students at home a very effective experience, a very familiar experience to those students, that it's going to look like they are sitting in their seat in their classroom from the vantage point that we can offer here. And the way we offer that is with the CAM USB mounted on the ceiling. We do offer ceiling mount. We also offer wall mount hardware. That ceiling and wall mount hardware are both included in the box, in fact. And we've even seen this in classrooms where that desk may just be resting on a desk in the front row if there are no other students in the class, and that gives, again, the vantage point of the student as though they have a front row seat for this class or lecture. And so the CAM USB is our USB camera, as the name indicates, with pan, tilt, zoom, 12 presets, and the teacher is very easily able to make presets. For example, the teacher standing at the smartboard, a zoom in look at the smartboard itself, the teacher at the desk, or even a privacy setting as well. And they're able to call those presets using the Key Digital app, as we see it there on the desk. Of course, this can also be a traditional AV cart as well. This is just kind of graphical. And the camera itself is controlled from the iPad, but those actual control signals are sent over RS-232. And we're doing something really brilliant there for the RS-232 control and through the Key Digital app. That is our Pro 2x1X, 4x1X switcher there. We have a 2x1 option, 4x1 option as well if they do need more video sources to be plugged in. It is actually able to forward the commands that it receives from the Key Digital app over the local area network and spit them out. It receives them as IP, but it spits them out as RS-232 on the transmit and ground pins. And so we extend the USB signal from the camera using XUSB2. That's a new product for us, but it has been available for a short period of time now. And so again, all existing products here that we're working with to deliver this. And the teacher has the ability to either share content from their screen, or if they have a desktop computer, we see that often. We also see document cameras and these sorts of things as well in classrooms. And finally, how are we hearing what the teacher is speaking? This is depicted here, a mic speaker combo that is just a single USB connection into the laptop. And it has a fantastic 3 microphone array inside. And there are various microphones, mic speaker combos available out there in the marketplace. And our sales team are able to talk with you about the units that have been verified, and we've built these systems and delivered these systems into the classrooms that we have worked with. So we see here through the switcher, which is also controlled through the iPad, the teacher can choose to show content from the desktop computer or their laptop, and they can run the video conferencing software in the background on the laptop and share the educational content on the screen if they are utilizing the laptop for both the conferencing plus the educational content. Or we can also do something like this, where we are having requests from customers, school districts that is, that the teacher would like to have a better view of all of their students. And in order to do so, they are mounting displays in a easily viewed location near the smartboard or near the projector or display. And so the teacher, if this is a large 65-inch plus display, they're going to have a really fantastic view of the students. So just like we're offering a perspective of the student sitting in the front row seat based on the proximity of our CAM USB to that smartboard it's connected, or it's showing to, here we see the teacher also able to now have a real read on their students. And are they gathering this information? Are they understanding, digesting, and comprehending today's class through the use of our wireless presentation gateway? This is BYOD 4K, the gateway of the KD Play system. And we're showing here a really fantastic feature of KD Play BYOD 4K. That is extended monitor. It's essentially a virtual second monitor connected to the laptop. So the laptop itself has the HDMI connection into the 2x1 switch, but then by enabling the extended desktop mode on the laptop in the KD Play app, now the teacher is able to drag the conferencing software to the extended monitor and have the educational content on the HDMI output. So this is really, really optimal. By adding BYOD 4K to the system of our CAM USB, XUSB2, Pro 2x1X, and X222PO, as we see all the products shown at the bottom of screen here, the content from the laptop or the local video source is presented locally, while the USB camera and the mic speaker combo capture audio and visuals from the room for students participating from home. And the viewing monitor allows the teacher to view and interact with remote students. I know they say that the rule number one of PowerPoint slides is not to read word for word, but I thought that was an effective summarization of what this system delivers. So even heard a chuckle from one of the participants. So thanks, guys. We want to keep this as interactive as possible, just like what adding the BYOD does for us. Now, as I mentioned, always we have step in and we have step up. So this is the switcher option and the extenders, and it's more pieces, but the delivery of this is top notch. What does it mean to step up? Well, here we're looking at essentially the same kind of system achieved with less boxes. And a lot of folks in the commercial AV side prefer to have less boxes. And but sometimes those boxes, because there are more connections in one box, have a higher price point, as would be the case of using our KD UPS52U as the presentation switcher. And we can either have that UPS52U located under the table, and we do in fact include hardware that would allow you to mount this under the table or in an equipment rack. So it's both included in the box, just like we do with the camera. But we also have the option of adding a compatible HD-based transmitter from our list of compatible Key Digital products. I should specify these are all Key Digital products, of course. But we have, with our presentation switcher lineup, we have options. We have a wall plate option, as depicted here, X4x1 WUTX, which has two HDMIs, USB-C, and a display port. And shipping in another week or two, we're going to have our X3x1 WUTX, which is one HDMI, one VGA with left-right audio. That's very common connectivity in the educational field, and one display port. So you have options there depending on what kind of connectivity you need to accommodate. And we even have a black box transmitter, a 2x1 switching transmitter that could plug into the UPS52U as well. That's our model PS22UTX. We'll show you more up close those options. And here we see, that laptop connecting HDMI or USB-C or DisplayPort. Also the USB connection in the pink coloring. Two connections, in fact, one to the wall plate and one to that mic speaker combo again. And this could be done in a variety of different ways, 1,000 ways to skin the cat, if you will. But with the UPS52U, it's just an HD-based T from the wall plate into the switch, and then out of the switch to the receiver. And now we're consolidating USB over our HD-based T because there's more connections to these to the step-up system. But having that UPS52U, it allows us to accommodate additional video sources like that desktop computer, perhaps an Apple TV or some other streaming media device, perhaps that document camera I alluded to earlier. And again, we have the BYOD 4K as well for the extended monitor option. Or as we did before, we add that feature or take away that feature. So again, a lot of different ways to achieve this, but all the system delivery, essentially are going to be the same. It's just a matter of, what kind of budget are we working with here? So these were some hybrid AV classroom technologies that we had spotlighted and had been spotlighted by industry publications as well. You may have seen that in the last few months. Rave Pubs, Commercial Integrator, I believe both did stories on those. And so these things are very much a hot commodity right now. And the camera itself, a hot commodity, yet we do have inventory on those, which is something that some other manufacturers may not have at the moment.